All right, all right. We are streaming on YouTube, it looks like. Right. Well, we're not streaming on YouTube. We don't have the key sign in to chat, see? So I don't think I am streaming, so I got a heart. How did I get a heart already? Who thank you for the heart, I appreciate it. I'm just trying to make sure. Can you, the person who gave me the heart, can you let me know that everything's kind of working all right? You can hear me. This is my first time streaming on YouTube, so I'm trying to make sure, shit's working all right. Really. Oh, well, it seems like it's working right. It seems like it's live. This is my first time streaming on YouTube, so I'm trying to make sure. All right, cool. So we're gonna do window capture. All right, so let's dive a little bit into Deadpool and Wolverine a little more. And after Deadpool and Wolverine, we're going to move on to a couple of other things. All right, so let's talk about the villain in the movie. Is that where we're going to go? All right, we can go on the villain. All right. Her name was Cassandra. All right, spoilers ahead. By the way, I didn't put it in the in the bio, but I'm just gonna have to say it, I guess, and I'll say it over and over again for a little bit. But spoilers. Deadpool and Wolverine was gas. If you have not seen it, watch at your own risk and go buy your ticket. It's a great movie. Cassandra Nova, I thought so.
డెడ్పూల్ అండ్ వుల్వరిన్ మూవీలోని విలన్ గురించి
Oh, that's I don't know that language. How about I just type it in? All right.
So with Cassandra Nova appearing in Deadpool and Wolverine, I figured now was a great time to make a video explaining the comic book history of her character.
All right, so we're about to go over the main villain, Cassandra Nova, in Deadpool and who she is, and all that stuff. So we're gonna get a little bit of background about the main villain, other than her being Charles Xavier's twin.
And turning you guys into experts. So Cassandra Nova first appeared in Marvel Comics with New X-Men issue number 114 back in 2001 by
Hold on, I'm trying
writer
to
Grant Morrison and Frank.
What the fuck? What is this doing here? Why won't it go? Thank you.
Quietly. But what's interesting here is she doesn't actually get an origin until New X-Men issues 121 through 125. 125 really focuses a lot on the nature of her character. 121 focuses on how it is she came into existence in the first place. But between these two comics,
Sounds juicy. We better get some shit.
Books,
Let's go.
what you learn is that Cassandra Nova is what's called a Mumadrai, basically the anti-self. And what this meant, as far as Grant Morrison was depicting it, is that in the womb, we all have these kind of internal struggles for the person that we're going to become, almost as if our very nature as human beings is preordained before our birth, and that the person that we become is determined by whichever part of ourselves wins this battle, the darker side or the lighter side.
Yo, I thought this was about to be like such a like. It started out so dark, and I just did not expect that. But in Deadpool and Wolverine, I mean, she basically says she was born, ripped out of the womb, and put in the void. So I guess her origin is dark anyway.
Now, it's not really based on simple terms like good and evil, it's just what we're capable of. The difference here, and the reason why you don't see like an evil version of Cyclops, an evil version of Jean Grey, or Wolverine kind of running around out there, is because given how powerful Xavier was and the level of telepathy that he had, he inadvertently created his second self. It was not really intentional, and that second self came in the form of Cassandra Nova. Now, initially, when Xavier in the womb realized what Cassandra Nova was, one, by way of examining her nature, and two, when she tried to kill him in the womb, that he in turn killed her and destroyed that anti-self. It turns out she didn't actually die, and because of the level of power that she had, she gave herself a physical body and then was born into the real world. And then for a number of years, she just stayed hidden. Nobody really knew anything about her, didn't even know that she existed. Even Xavier didn't know that she existed. But all this came to a head in New X-Men issue number 114 with the start of a story called E is for Extinction. Now, for a lot of you guys who watched X-Men 97, this is going to be very, very familiar to you, but E is for Extinction is what the episode Remember It was based on, the attack on Genosha. And because Cassandra Nova had adopted this mentality that mutants as a whole were a race that needed to be wiped out, and seeing herself as something beyond mutants, she had enlisted a guy by the name of Donald Trask III. The reason why was because
Donald Trask, already a red flag.
Donald Trask was the cousin of Bolivar Trask, Bolivar Trask being the one who originally created the Sentinels. But what Bolivar Trask had done in the early days of developing Sentinels is he had developed them in two different forms. The first is the one that you guys are all familiar with, which is the giant robots running around attacking things. He, of course, also created a master mold, which is a giant Sentinel that makes smaller Sentinels. What he had secretly done is he had created wild Sentinels. And unlike normal Sentinels that are built in a lab somewhere or inside a giant master mold, wild Sentinels are technically built in a wild Sentinel master mold. The difference is that they can adapt any and all forms of technology around them and use that to bolster their power. What had happened in this story is that Cassandra Nova used the wild Sentinels and launched an attack on Genosha. And within the span of a few hours, the entire population of Genosha, amounting to around 16 million mutants, were eradicated. There were only a handful of survivors left, meaning you could count that number on one hand. It was nuts. Kind of a side thing that came out of this is Grant Morrison introduced secondary mutations. It's where the mutant Emma Frost got her diamond form from. Now, as crazy as this may have seemed, this was just the opening salvo in a multi-pronged attack to basically destroy the entirety of the mutant population, but specifically the X-Men and all of their close allies. And so at the end of E is for Extinction in issue number 117, Cassandra Nova was basically taken by Wolverine, who had severed her vocal cords, and then she was held prisoner by the X-Men. The issue here is that Cassandra Nova eventually made her way to Cerebro, which was the updated version of Cerebro, the device that Xavier used to scan mutants across the world. And while the intention was to use Cerebro and its ability to amplify her powers to destroy the X-Men, Emma Frost basically neutralized Cassandra Nova by snapping her neck. But what Cassandra did is she took the mind of Xavier and switched it with her own body. So she was in Xavier's body and Xavier's mind was in her body. And because her body was neutralized and nobody realized this had happened, it allowed Cassandra Nova to operate as Xavier with impunity. And so the first thing she does in New X-Men issue number 122 is she exposes Xavier as a mutant to the world and basically does a tell-all with regards to the mutant population. Following that, she takes off into Shi'ar space and then uses her powers to start neutralizing the Shi'ar Empire, which on a galactic scale is a big to-do because the Shi'ar Empire is one of the three massive empires that exist out there alongside alongside the Skrull and the Kree. You could argue the Badoon, but that's outside the scope of this conversation. In issue number 126, Cassandra Nova was, by all standards of measurement, defeated. And I imagine on some level, with regards to Grant Morrison's run, this was supposed to be the ending of her story, although the effects were pretty
So did Charles die? Oh no, he's alive.
massive, and we'll talk about why here in a
just the
second.
cover, though.
But Cassandra
Did he die?
Nova basically makes her way back to Earth again and then intends to access Cerebra a second time. The problem is that the X-Men had figured out what she had done. They had removed Xavier's consciousness from Cassandra's body and then put it in Cerebra, so that when Cassandra Nova entered into Cerebra, she was met with Charles Xavier. And what followed was just kind of a giant astral battle between these two characters. And it was the first time that you really started to understand how powerful Cassandra Nova was on a psychic level. The fact that she was, quite literally, the most significant, clear and present danger to not just the mutant population, but humanity as a whole, since Onslaught in the mid-1990s. Now, ultimately, Cassandra Nova is overcome, she's basically defeated, and her mind is thrown back into her body, which it actually turns out is not her body, that it's the body of a shapeshifter. But essentially, it locks her inside that mind. She has no means of escape, and she's quote-unquote reconditioned. But the reason why this was so significant is because it was kind of Grant Morrison building on the ideas of what would happen if Xavier became a bad guy, which is really what the Onslaught saga was based on. And he did this to kind of show how dangerous Xavier could be if he went down the wrong path. Of course, again, it also highlighted the idea that we all kind of have this evil, darker self, but unlike Xavier and Cassandra Nova, it never really manifests in a physical form. Instead, it's just this ongoing battle that we always have taking place between our positive side and our darker side. So again,
Oh, so that's crazy, man. Cassandra Cain is just Charles Xavier's evil half, which makes sense. I mean, because everything she was doing, I was like, in the movie, I was like, Charles can do all that, but he never did. Like, he always tried to talk peacefully, and no offense and no cap to Charles, but man, bro, you died like twice. You should have turned the fuck up, bro. Like when the Sentinels came, cause Cassandra looked like she was powerful, man. I want to see a little more from you.
lot of meta commentary that went into this story. Now, the other reason why I say this is likely where the story was supposed to end for Cassandra Nova is because following this for a number of years in Marvel Comics, when I say a number, I mean like over a decade, Cassandra Nova didn't really appear. Instead, her actually escaping and going back into the world again didn't come until Astonishing X-Men Volume 3 with issue number 13. Now, that comic was written by Joss Whedon, and Astonishing X-Men is significant for a couple different reasons. One, because it was the return of Colossus after his death at the end of the 1990s, and Marvel basically wrapping up the Legacy Virus storyline. If you don't know what that means, it's not overly important. But Astonishing X-Men was also important because it introduced SWORD and Abigail Brand, basically this organization that monitors extraterrestrial threats, where S.H.I.E.L.D. monitors threats on Earth. But with regards to Cassandra Nova, her reemergence in Marvel Comics came in this story by way of her manipulating the mind of Emma Frost. Now again, this is one of those small moments that's easy to overlook, but it showed how powerful Cassandra was. That despite only being an essence that was just locked in a box somewhere where she literally couldn't access the outside world, she was able to use her powers to subtly influence the mind of Emma Frost and tricked Emma into believing that she had never been loyal to the X-Men. And the only reason why she was on the X-Men team was to basically free Cassandra Nova. And in fact, this happened in a variety of ways. One of the things that takes place is—
Can you say gaslight into the fucking extreme? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Great job. Great job.
It's Cassandra Nova's telepathic projections trick Emma into thinking that her secondary mutation of turning into Diamond was an idea that was concocted by herself and Cassandra Nova. The second thing that Cassandra did is she basically fabricated a new version of the Hellfire Club with Sebastian Shaw, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and others. Now, the reason why this ruse worked so successfully when it came to the Hellfire Club is because it basically involved a little bit of Emma's own history. The most convincing lie that you can tell is a lie that involves a little bit of truth. When it came to Emma Frost as a character, long before she joined the X-Men, she was part of the Hellfire Club, and that was basically an organization that influenced the world behind the scenes. Of course, she had her own team called the Hellions, and they were essentially obliterated. She ultimately turns over a new leaf, joins the X-Men, and then takes over leadership of a team called Generation X. But because of the fact that you had characters like Negasonic Teenage Warhead, all these things came together to basically pull Emma in to this absolute reality that that didn't exist. Now, the reason why I also invoke Negasonic Teenage Warhead is because that built on Cassandra Nova's actions in Genosha. Negasonic Teenage Warhead was one of the mutants that was killed in the Genoshan attack, but when Emma Frost emerged from the rubble, she was holding the body of Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And this was important because it was a tangible representation of the fact that Emma couldn't save everybody. So it had very much a lot of guilt that was built into this. And so because this hypnotic suggestion was so strong, albeit a complete and total fabricated mental projection, meaning the Hellfire Club was never there, none of that stuff, that what Emma Frost did under the control of Cassandra Nova is she launched an attack against the X-Men. And while it wasn't designed to destroy the team, it was designed to make a lot of noise over here so nobody looks at what's happening over there. And what was happening over there is Emma Frost was basically pushing Kitty Pryde to release Cassandra Nova from her prison, which is exactly what happened. Now again, Cassandra didn't really appear in any meaningful way following that story until you got into X-Men Red, which was a story called The Hate Machine. It's a phenomenal story, we covered it, and it basically focused on Cassandra Nova operating behind the scenes. Now something to note here is that Astonishing X-Men issue number 13 came out in 2006, but Hate Machine came out in 2018. The reason why you have this 12-year gap between essentially the escape of Cassandra Nova and her first real return in Marvel Comics is actually multifaceted. The first reason for this is that going into the early to mid 2000s under editor-in-chief Joe Quesada, Marvel was reworking and restructuring the entirety of the X-Men. You guys have all heard of the story House of M, where Scarlet Witch stripped 98% of the mutant population of their powers. In the aftermath of that, going up to the Heroic Age in 2010, Marvel was reworking everything. They were rebuilding the X-Men, they were shifting their landscape and their place in the universe around. You had Ex-Necrotia, Utopia, Messiah Complex, Messiah Wars, Second Coming. If you don't know the significance of those stories, it's not overly important. Just know that because of what was happening during that point in time, it didn't make any sense to bring Cassandra Nova back, especially considering that Xavier was powerless during most of this time. So having a guy with no powers facing off against his sister who is incredibly powerful, it's a non-starter, right? She's going to obliterate him immediately. The other reason why is looking at the Heroic Age, that's when the restructuring of the X-Men was effectively done. And that while it did present a great opportunity to bring Cassandra back, the reality is that by 2011, going into 2012, Marvel was amping up for Secret Wars. So Jonathan Hickman was writing Avengers and New Avengers, the incursions, the collapse of the multiverse. So almost as soon as they had rebuilt the X-Men, they were starting to tear them back down again. Right? So there just wasn't any real room to bring Cassandra Nova in. And so going into X-Men Red and the Hate Machine storyline, this largely focused on Jean. And Jean was a character who had really risen to prominence in a lot of ways, the same way she had done under Chris Claremont, which is to say, when Stanley and Jack Kirby were writing a character, she was a damsel in distress. Chris Claremont gave us the Phoenix and Dark Phoenix sagas and amped up the godhood. And while Jean Grey wasn't necessarily a godlike character here, she was the foremost telepath in the X-Men community. And so it made sense to, in turn, have Cassandra Nova show up and face off against Jean. Plus, it was the battle we never got to see.
Yeah, I feel that.
So a lot of fans were really excited to see this happen. Now, the way that Hate Machine played out was beautifully crafted, that while Cassandra Nova was involved, we didn't find out until much later on towards the end of the story. Instead, what ended up happening is you started seeing all these instances where the world just started turning against mutants arbitrarily, right? Hate crime skyrocketed, and there was no discernible reason behind it. Not only this, a senator was killed publicly in front of the world, and Jean Grey was blamed for this. So again, it wasn't just humans going into murderous rages, it was just kind of this multifaceted attack, which was far more complex than what we saw in E is for Extinction. Now, where a lot of these attacks against mutants were done by way of hypnotic suggestion, what Cassandra Nova eventually did is she took control of the mutant Forge. And most of you guys are aware of him if for no other reason than X-Men the Animated Series or X-Men 97, but Forge's mutant power is that it basically turns him into Tony Stark. And so what...
Alright, that's cool. That's all cool. That's all cool. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. This part is gonna be. This part was the worst part of the entire movie. Absolutely, just fucking terrible.
Haven't I, Johnny? You picked the wrong time to make new friends.
Oh, Johnny told us all about you.
Deadpool, a snitch.
Maybe we're just talking here. Yeah, Johnny told us you're a psychotic, megalomaniacal asshole. His words, not mine. Hell-bent on domination and pain.
You said all that about me.
No. No! I didn't say any of that. Sticks and stones, Johnny! Don't let her intimidate you. Like you said in the convoy, this finger-licking, dead-inside pixie slab of third-rate dime store nut milk can eat your delicious cinnamon ring and kick rocks all the way to bald hell. Okay, I have never said any of those words in my entire life. The modesty. People think I'm a shit talker, but this guy, next level.
Not a bad villain,
what
though.
that means. My hat's off to you, sir.
What?
Truly.
I didn't kiss. That's.
Oh, man. That happened. That was real. Oh, that finger power. Oh. Let's see. She's so powerful. Charles is so powerful. I don't even know why she talked to them. She could have figured out everything just on her own. She could have done everything.
This is baby night. She's gonna fuck you in the face now.
If you want to kill me, it's going to take more than a little blade.
How about 6?
My boy's wicked strong. That's my big boy. You think you are?
Well, this has been fun, but the big guy needs to eat and the rent is due.
The rent is.
By the way, you're the rent.
Short-lived. I was expecting a little more. I want to go see it again. I have to go see it again. It was just really good, and I feel like I was just in shock and awe of so many moments that I missed out on a lot. All right, so we're gonna hit some top facts about Cassandra Cain. Let's see what we got going on with Cassandra Cain. All right. I mean, Cassandra Nova, not Cassandra Cain. I'm saying her name all wrong. From Deadpool and Wolverine, if you are here, spoilers
Top
for
facts
Deadpool
about
and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Cassandra Nova, main villain. The trailer shows several scenes with Emma Corrin as Cassandra
Hi
Nova.
everyone, I'm Emma Corrin.
In the comics, Nova is the twin sister of Professor Xavier from the X-Men, whom he thought he killed in the womb when she tried to strangle him with the umbilical cord.
Boy, she ugly as hell, boy. She is twin. She is something, but she ugly as hell, boy. I tell you what. She is not it.
Nova survived as a cluster of cells, slowly regenerating her body and eventually returned to seek revenge. Cassandra Nova will be a serious challenge even for heroes like Deadpool and Wolverine.
All right, that's a little bit about her, but we still got more to do. We got other shit to do. All right. Let's see what we talk about. So I want to move on real quick, and I want to talk about. It's time to move on. Next topic. All right. I'm just gonna jump into this one. I know everybody's thinking the same fucking thing. Well, I heard it was split. I heard it was split into two. So we're gonna check out the announcement. We got Doctor Doom. Let's see. RDJ. What's up, guys? What's up? How's it going with y'all? All right. So we about to run this. Go ahead, give me like a heart or something. Spam a like or give me a like or something. I don't know. Give me a something. All right, let's do this. Alright, let's do this.
As proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
Everybody was so surprised. You can hear it. You can hear it from their yells and all that. They were like, "What the fuck? Like, what do you mean?" So this part in the comics, and you know, I'm not familiar with this shit at all. You know, Tony Stark was Doctor Doom apparently at some point in the comics.
New mask. Same task.
Same task.
What did I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
He said, "New mask, same task." Huh? What does that even mean? Same task, like he was trying to save people. Now he's trying to destroy people. Marvel's greatest hero is now Marvel's greatest villain. All right, let's hop into the Blade. Spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine. Blade, Marvel. Alright. Alright, so we gotta go ahead. We gotta pay tribute. We have to pay tribute. Yo, that shit was so fucking slick. Woo! Let's fucking go. Yo, why would you even step up to this man? I would have just shot his ass. Shit. Oh shit! Hell no! I wouldn't do that. I would go home. I would just go home. Y'all hear those impacts? You hear the impact? Oh my god! I bet he just ripped into his body. Oh god. What the fuck is that? A little shovel? Man, what the fuck he thought he was doing? Okay. My boy right there got hands, but his hands weren't fast enough. Bro, go home. Stop. End your day. What are you doing? Come on. End your fucking day, bro.
I'm
What
really
are
gonna
you
enjoy
doing?
this now.
Oh. Yo, why are they coming in like twos and shit? What is this? What the fuck was that? Yo, the 90s was wild, dog. Oh, damn. Oh, fuck. Oh man. Oh bro. Oh. Why do they keep coming? And then you let them get a sword and pose. Oh fuck no. Hell no. Fuck all that. Y'all are fucking insane. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are nuts to every degree. So, let's talk a little bit about this son of a bitch. Which I didn't even know this was a thing. What is this? Alright, we're going here. We're going to check it out. Fuck it. Why not? Because I'm curious. Have you guys heard of this? Has anyone heard of this? Because I haven't. So we're about to check this out for the first time together.
คุณฆ่าพ่อของฉันตายแต่ว่า
Yo, what fucking language is this?
คุณไม่ทำอย่างนั้นล่ะก็ป่านนี้ฉันคงกลายเป็นแวมไพร์ไปแล้ว
That's not
เหมือน
Japanese.
แม่ของคุณ
Bro, I don't know what fucking language that is, but Blade looks hard as fuck in this.
อย่ายอมแพ้เถอะนะ
How about we do this? That was lit. I need some clips. That's what I want. I want some clips. Oh, this was sick. I remember this. If you're here, we're watching some Blade clips. Motherfucker. Check this out, yo. Check this out. Come on, let's get it. They just beating the shit out of this dude, man. No respect. No respect for this dude at all. It's just raining blood. He did not think to get the fuck up and get out of that for some reason. And I haven't. And then you got this clean ass motherfucker. You got this clean ass motherfucker showing up. Oh my god. Respect. That's right. You the Daywalker. They're waving their hands and shit. It's the Daywalker. What the fuck, man? I think I know who I'm going to be for Halloween. The decision has been made.
Come on, Daywalker!
Oh, what a shot here. Pump shotgun, let's go. Oh.
Hey! I'm gonna rip your fucking head off!
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of hot. Covered in blood on a Tuesday night. Got a vampire teeth in it. Yeah. I like those red flags. I know I got like at least 3 homeboys who would have followed some suppressed gospel. I might be one of my homeboys.
That's him! That's him! Get him! Fuck him up! We're gonna jack you up! Make him hurt bad!
Sorry, y'all. Just got some crazy fucking news. Yo, that shit was killing. That shit was nuts. I just got some crazy news. My bad. I pressed the wrong fucking button on this shit. That's what really happened. Yo, what the fuck? Hey, shit got the fuck on up out of there. Let's see what else we got in store. Dang, man, I just got some crazy news. One of my fucking coworkers in this moment just got fired, bro. It's just nuts. Fucking nuts, bro.
Hola, compañera.
God, like, what the fuck? I didn't see that coming at all. Damn, that's fucking nuts. Let's see. This ain't the first trailer of Blade. That's cap. That's not the first trailer. Lawmaker. Alright. Blade was lit. Fuck, that's some crazy ass shit. Fucking shit, bro. What the fuck? That was some crazy shit that just motherfucking happened. Alright, so we finna hop off Blade. God, that was fucking nuts. So we about to hop off Blade real quick and go into something else. I do want to watch this real fast. And I'm gonna stop streaming real quick because I'm hungry as fuck. So I'm gonna get a little food. But we're gonna watch this. Now, my horror fans, I don't know if you've seen this. From season 3 trailer. Alright, here we go. Wait, what? I thought this shit just came out. No way. That is totally a new trailer that just came out. This shit say 3 months ago. Don't play with me. 3 months ago. There's not one that just came out? Yo, I thought one just came out. June 26th. Two months ago. Oh, man. From season 3 trailer. Come on now. July 23rd. See, oh, that's not the same shit. Huh. What? Yo, I could have sworn, dog. Oh, fucking A, dog. Huh. Surprised twice. Man, that shit blew my mind what just fucking happened. I'm about to watch this motherfucking preview. Man, I gotta handle some shit. What the fuck? This is my first fucking stream.
From producers finally broke their silence and gave us a couple of news about the upcoming season. I personally have just watched the first 2 seasons of the show because my friends literally begged me to watch it. If you ask my honest opinion, I love this show. It's nothing like I have ever seen before. though I have to admit I liked season 1 a little more than the second season. So I hope season 3 is a step up. Now, we have a teaser trailer to break down and a
We're not
release
gonna
date to
break
talk
down this
about.
trailer together. I just want to watch the damn trailer. Fuck.
You said this place couldn't break you. That's what you said. Let's see. You're so strong. You're so strong. Just no. I know.
That's it. That's all I get, man. Fuck. Alright, well, we'll be back on stream a little bit later. Just had some crazy fucking shit happen, man. That was fucking nuts. Yeah, we'll be back on stream later, and thank you guys so much for joining my first stream. I really appreciate it. It's pretty fucking lit of you guys, honestly. But man, that was fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe that just happened. That shit was nuts, yo. That shit was fucking nuts. You should have turned the fuck up, bro. That almost as if